Hey everyone, it's Harp here. I am really wanting to discuss a topic today that I think is extremely important and often not talked about. And what this topic is you being different. Okay? Now think about that word. For most of us, it's in fact quite a scary word, being different. Gosh, that would mean that we wouldn't be a part of the accepted group. Perhaps we could be laughed at or ridiculed. I mean, that's a pretty scary thought, okay? For those who have been in that place, perhaps been bullied, etc. It doesn't bring up good feelings. Being different brings up some pretty scary thoughts and feelings for a lot of people. But in order for you to live your best life, it's extremely important for you to realize that it is in that difference that your success lies. In fact, all of the power that lies in your areas of difference is what is there to launch you into living your best life. So let's go back to when you were a child. Do you remember when someone would ask you when you were young, let's say 5 years old, and they said, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" And your answers were crazy awesome. Perhaps it was you wanted to be a singer, perhaps you wanted to be an actor, a dancer, and maybe even at the same time a firefighter and an astronaut. And you basically just had a list of things that you wanted to do, okay? And you really truly believed, and it was just different. It was what you really truly authentically wanted to do. It was you. Now, then of course, time passes and we grow, and sometimes, the people that love us the most, family, friends, etc., teachers, okay, they actually encourage you to do something that's safe. Perhaps they say, no, go this route. It's much more safe. You'll get a secure job. It's a good paying job. And so, of course, you find yourself actually not really listening to your true inner voice. You, in fact, end up doing something that someone else told you to do. Or perhaps you got to a certain place. Maybe you had to do something. So you say to yourself, okay, I'm just going to do this for a temporary short while. And next thing you know, you're stuck doing the same thing for 5 years, maybe 10 years, maybe even 20 years. And now you're at a place where you are so unhappy. In fact, maybe you're even miserable. You're depressed. You don't know what to do. And you just feel that this is the only way that you can actually live life. And, it's really sad because if you think about it, if you really think about it, deep down inside, you all know that you are destined for something way more, but you don't know where to go. You don't know where to search. Well, let me tell you, this truly is something in your life that you can change. You truly can live your best life as soon as you declare. Now, how do I know this? Because I've been there. Growing up, I always felt a little different. And there were times when it was scary to be different. But I was one of the lucky ones. I was always encouraged to dream. I was always encouraged, that it was okay to be different. I mean, to an extent, I had, of course, expectations by my parents to do certain things that fit into sort of what the expectations of the society around us expected. So I went with it for a while. And then, of course, for me, as circumstance would have it, the course of my life completely changed. And of course, I've shared part of that story. I won't get into it today, but that led me onto an entrepreneurial journey at a very young age. And what that allowed me to do was to be surrounded by people who were wanting to be more. And at that time, I really didn't know. I didn't know what I wanted to do, or that I did know what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was please my parents and do what I thought was the right thing. And at that time, that was to be a doctor. And of course, I had the grades to do so, and et cetera, et cetera. But life changed, and circumstances in my life happened, and I ended up being an entrepreneur at a very young age. But guess what? I was a wannabe entrepreneur at the time. I had no idea how to do it. So I was launched into this business surrounded by other women who were wanting more. A lot of them like me, wanting more. And then there was that small group of people, just that 5%, that were actually doing more. And those are the people that I started to listen to. Those are the people that I was allowing to fill my head with positive thoughts and belief that anything was possible. And so I want to basically put out to you that it is very, very possible for you to have anything that you choose and desire in life, but just know that you will be different. You will have to become okay with being part of that 5%, and you will have to let go of the 95%. Now, that doesn't mean that you disconnect with those relationships, okay? That's another topic I'll cover. I'm not saying for you to drop important people in your life, but what I am saying to you is instead make yourself a part of another group of like-minded people who are actually wanting the same things that you're wanting and perhaps already doing those things, and surround yourself so that you can actually start to get back to that place where you realize that it's your difference that makes you great, and you can start to create again and really start to live your best life. I can show you how to have your best life in the areas of beauty, health, lifestyle, and business. And if you're someone who wants to be an entrepreneur and you've never been an entrepreneur, that's okay, because we all have a starting point. When I started 20 years ago, I was not born an entrepreneur. Nobody on this planet is born what they are today. You're seeing people all over the world, and social media especially. So many great things are available to us now where we can see that people all of a sudden that are seeing success are people that just one day declared that this was the day that their life was going to change. That's what I'm asking you to do. Declare that this is the day that your life is going to change, and become a part of a group of cheerleaders and people that are going to encourage you to be different and be the very best you. So I look forward to sharing more with you in my next episode.